I had a tremendous amount of toys when I was a kid. As a child, my dad and mom sort of went overboard on gifts. Most of the gifts have been forgotten, but there are a few that stand out as having been very special to me. One in particular for me was a puppet theater. It stood a little over 5 feet tall, and all the artwork on it was red. Um, it was made of heavy-duty corrugated cardboard, and it had a blue plastic curtain behind the stage platform. I wish I could remember how it had been wrapped. It would have been tough to wrap up. But I'm sure Dad put in a long time into putting it together. There were lots of tabs and slots to be put together. The Christmas was, I believe, 1964, and I was 9 years old and could not have been happier with this gift. I got an all-star cast of puppets also, but more about them in a little bit. A puppet theater was right up my alley, so to speak. Even then, I loved writing stories and putting scenes together, and I wrote quite a few plays and staged them for family and friends. I only wish I had still had some of the really early things that I wrote. It'd be kind of fun to look at now. How many of you remember Sherry Lewis when you were a kid? She was a puppeteer, and she had a show for kids, and her main puppets were Charlie Horse, Lamb Chop, and Hush Puppy. She did the voices for all of them and you could barely see her mouth move. She was very, very good. I had received those three puppets, but the main star of my theater was the talking Herman Munster puppet. I was familiar with Herman from the Munsters TV show, which, along with the Addams Family, I never missed. There were Addams Family puppets, too, but I never got any of those, unfortunately. But I did have a nice Batman puppet based on the Adam West characterization, so I had a good, solid cast of characters to write about and do plays with. But I wanted more, so I decided to make some puppets of my own. Well, with my mom's help, of course, at first. I needed an old witch puppet for a play I was giving at school. Mom got a recipe for clay that I think used flour and a ton of salt. I modeled the head and painted it. She looked really wicked, too. I can still remember her face in my mind. But then Mom made her clothes, which were a dress and cape. The day of the play, Mr. Howe, a neighbor, took his son Mike, myself, and my theater to school. I cannot remember what the play was even about, but it was for English class, and so there were about 20 kids, and everyone seemed to like it. And I seem to remember Mom making other puppets as well, but as much as I try, I can't remember what they were. Like most things I did then and now, I went overboard. I couldn't sew and I didn't want to learn, but I found a different way to add lots of puppet characters to my collection. I made a few sock puppets, but they weren't really what I wanted. But what really expanded the characters that I had was when I discovered you could make a puppet with crayons and lunch bags. So I went to the kitchen and grabbed a package of 25 lunch bags and proceeded to turn them into all manner of puppets, which worked out great. Well, that is until the next morning when Mom got ready to pack my brothers, sisters, and my lunch. Bill and Roseanne went to school that day carrying hand-colored superhero sandwich bag puppets. But anyways, like I said, there were so many toys that I got as a kid, and some of them I remember very, very well, and others not so well. So the pictures that you're seeing are from a website that has so many Sears and other catalogs, Christmas catalogs going back to the 1930s. And if I can find it again, I'll put the address in my comments or in the description section, because it's a fascinating site. I ended up spending like 5 hours one night looking through this site. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you. Hope maybe it'll spur some of your memories of childhood. Thanks a lot for stopping by. God bless, and have a great night.